It seems like you've got three eyes when it comes to manifesting, and most people are totally unaware of the third one. Or they just muck it up big time. Or they give it lip service. God, lip service, what a phrase. Anyway, my name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, the power of the wonderful human imagination. Getting it up to vision, abandoning argument. Because people have arguments all day long and end up settling for excuses, but I digress. Shall we dive in? So here's what I notice. A lot of people are interested in change. They're interested in their life being different. They're interested in like winning the lottery, or interested in having a soulmate or a husband, or they're interested in new cars. They're interested. Yay. All right? Let's be honest. Who cares? Yeah, I find it interesting. I'm interested. Tell me more. In other words, they want me to cook them a meal that they're interested in. Not going to do it. So then there's the second eye. So the first eye is interested. The second eye is involved. All right, I'm involved in my project, 20. I'm involved. I'm making it happen. I have scheduled what I do, when I do, and how I do it. And I know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. And I'm involved. I paid $700 million for the Instagram course. And I bought that really expensive word processor. Yeah, they went the way of the dinosaur, didn't they? But meanwhile, they're involved. I can prove I'm involved. I spent some monies. I bought some toys and trinkets. I'm involved. Yeah, I hear you. That's the second eye. And I gotta tell you, right? We've all done this, haven't we? We've all been interested. We've all been involved. But it's the third eye that almost everyone misses. And I'm not talking your pineal gland. Please. All right, if only I could decalcify my pineal gland, Mr. 20, and then I had perfect vision, and I'd be like you and like, oh, good God, please. So if the first bit is interested, right, I'm interested, right, I'm interested in women's, yeah, I am, I'm a straight guy, what can I say? And I got involved with one, never doing that again, Yep, I love when people have, it's complicated on their Facebook thing. And I noticed their whole lives are what? Complicated. On the other hand, so I got interested, we've got involved. Right? The third one's identity. And I'm nuts about identity. I'm nuts about identity-based manifesting.com. I really am. Because maybe the words self-concept worked when Neville said them back in the 60s, man. I had the summer of peace and love and smoking joints and all that stuff. Maybe the concept of self-concept worked back then. I know this for most people. It's just something that takes them right up into their heads. And they get interested in concepts, and they get involved with changing their concepts. And I'm inviting you to explore identity. Because identity has me not just interested in what I do and what's possible for me, I'm fascinated by it. When you have identity activated, you move from interested to fascinated. I can't learn enough about what I'm passionate about. And I talk to a lot of interesting people all the time. A lot of people read Reddit. I invite them to something called Remarkable, but I digress. The second bit, when you really are exploring identity, at least the way we do, not as a concept, it's beyond involvement, it's inviting. I invite all kinds of potential in play. I don't structure and define exactly, this is my sacrifice so I can move step by step in an orderly way to what I want. You see, that's called mock security. You figure out your fighting plan, you figure out your battle plan, and then you stick with your battle and you stick with your plan, and that's all fine till somebody gets punched in the nose. Right? I remember when the grandkiddo came along, and the parents said, oh, this is how we're going to raise it. That lasted about 10 minutes. Right, all their theories and all their bullshit. Yeah, when the little lovely one cried and asked questions, right? Well, all your theory, all your concepts became what they were. Bullshit. But I digress. So, identity. Identitybasedmanifesting.com. Come on. I gotta tell you. That and manifestingmasterycourse.com, they're like, I don't know, they're my right hand and my left hand. And we do a lot of other cool things, don't get me wrong. We just had a remarkable call yesterday that was beyond interesting, beyond involvement. It was captivating. And here's the thing. If you don't have a life that's captivating, I'm going to suggest that you're hostage to a couple things. To your interests. Yep, I'm interested. To your involvements. And to concepts of self. Because can you tell my identities love to dance? Can you tell it works? God, just study my personal history. Look at me 2 years ago, right? Yeah, I got tired of them telling me I needed a hip replacement. I'm shuffle dancing on the staircases now. Meanwhile, if you got gold, dive deeper, soar higher. If you didn't get gold, listen again. Write this out. This is good shit. And I think you're worth sharing it with. Sharing is caring. But first, before we sign off, let's imagine of something yummy, shall you? Maybe imagine sending me your updates. Dropping me an email. As we go into the silence. So I got the email. I get it, Mr. 20. You teach concept of self-manifesting, and I cringe. I do. I can't help it. Because the concept of self, people always get lost in their heads. And I gotta tell you, it's one thing to know a lot about kissing. It's another thing to kiss the pretty girl. I gotta tell you, there's something about, well, I listen to Neville 4 hours a day. Right. I'm inviting you to a hell of a lot more play. If you got the time to listen to Neville for 4 hours a day, here's my grand ultimate offer today. Ready? Join Remarkable.com. You can join and save 50% today. Join Remarkable.com. That's just one word. And you'll get Manifesting Mastery course free. And like $2,000-$3,000 worth of other goodies. And save 50%. Go peek. Yeah, it's that option. And if you're selecting the option I'm talking about, you get a one-on-one call with me too. Wouldn't that be fun? You interested in talking to me? Right? Or do you think it'd be a fascinating time? Love you. Have a great day. My name is Mr. 2020. You've been listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, the wonderful power of the human imagination, living from the level of vision, where you get how you're seeing determines who you're being, and who you're being determines how you're seeing. And that endless war with inner arguments, oh my God. When do you think the last time I had one of those was? Have a great day. See ya.